Hello everybody! Obviously, I've changed my hair. It's now red to blonde. If you're wondering how I did that, the link is down below to a wonderful video about ombreing your hair. Also, shout out to my mom for being really cool and helping me to get my hair the way I wanted it to be. Another couple of things before I jump into reviewing everything. One, my sister has for the past week or two been working on a blog that is about her moving from Long Island and the suburban house to here, where she will be moving in with my parents at the farm and creating a homestead. Check out her blog, links down below. Another really cool thing that's happened recently is one of my good friends, Keary Taylor. He has been doing some weekly podcasts. It's to feature indie artists. The links will be down below. It's really awesome and I'm really super proud of him. I just realized you can totally see my hoodie on the floor. There's a story behind that. Mostly it's my dad spilling milk all over me. Yeah. As far as books go, I read 2 short stories. If you remember last video, I reviewed The Bane, which is the first book in the Eden trilogy, and that's by Keary Taylor. She also wrote for the trilogy, but it's not within the trilogy, 2 short stories, which were The Raid and The Ashes. I read both of those, and they're both kind of prequels to the trilogy, meaning that in The Raid you follow the main character of the trilogy, who is Eve, and you basically see the events immediately prior to when The Bane begins. It was really short. I think it was 3,000 words, so it's a really quick read. It's just as well written as The Bane. I was happy with it, but at the same time, I wish it had gone a little bit further. It felt like it was just kind of a flash fiction. It was just a scene or two of just in the middle of a story. It was action-packed and it was suspenseful, but it didn't really give me much of an insight into the characters. The only thing that it did do was bring in Ty, who was a character who had just passed away at the beginning of The Bane. In The Ashes, you don't even follow Eve. You end up following a male who was in a prison environment, almost died due to dehydration and hunger, but managed to survive, was released by who knows, and ends up finding out that the evolution and the Bane has happened. So it's a kind of post-apocalyptic, kind of mid-apocalyptic kind of event. By the end of The Ashes, you realize which character you have been following. It's about 10,000 words, I want to say, and so it's an easy read. It's short, but it was the better written between The Ashes and The Raid. So I definitely recommend checking them out. Links are down below. Movies! So I finally watched Riddick. It held up pretty well. Once again, Riddick is trapped on a world that seems to want to do nothing but kill him. Then he lures in a couple of bounty hunter ships, and he has the main goal of getting off the planet. It's action-packed, but I kind of feel like they lifted the plot from Pitch Black and just used that as the baseline. It was really kind of exactly the same. I felt like it was just unimaginative. They could have gone somewhere else with the plot, furthered the plot point of he wants to find his home world. It was Good as far as an action movie is concerned, not good if you're looking for a plot. TV shows! Sherlock came back recently. I have watched the first episode of season 3, and definitely, if you haven't watched it, get started. It's awesome. It really exceeded my expectations. And if you want to see Sherlock Holmes come back from the dead, watch that episode because it is awesome. They did everything really well and it was really well acted. It has a different sort of pace than the previous episodes, I felt, as well as showing a bit more in depth as to Sherlock's mental processes continuum. Yes, it is a couple of years old, meaning that it was started in 2012, but it's really super awesome. It follows Keary Taylor, and she is a cop from the future, 2077, I believe, and she accidentally gets sucked back 65 years in time. She is sucked back with a whole bunch of criminals who are from a terrorist organization. They do so well with all of the sci-fi and all of the geeky stuff. It didn't feel like there were any major plot holes. I definitely think that it's worth a watch. The first 2 seasons I know are on Netflix. And okay, I love you, bye!